Alrighty, I'm like a minute late to this, but I'm here. Which means we can get going. These guys started on time actually as well, which is a rare occurrence, let's say. But a welcome one in a way at least. Either way, we're here. We're ready to go. And just see what will happen with this match here. It's the open division. We are throwing ourselves into right now. As we speak here, we have two like higher middle table teams, I believe. Blue should be 6 divs under, and red is stereo left. I'm gonna fix the names as soon as I can here the moment this next fight calms down a little bit. But for now, it's a new over point. Pixels leading this forward for the, I believe, mostly check team. I don't think they're all check. I can double check that in a second. Either way, the trap will actually catch him here. Crits comes in with this as well, which is surprising to say the least. He out of nowhere just busts through choke with this, but we'll find some decent success that will be cleaning up just enough, and that will end the fight here as well for me to put the team names in.
Alert. Our control point is being captured.
Alrighty, see team name blue is 6 divs under. Team red is stereo love. There we go. Name-wise, this is like largely correct, I believe, as well. Double check real fast if I need to put someone in. I'm missing Akachu, I guess, which is surprising. Well, not really. Never mind, last time the guy played. Well, I guess he hasn't completely quit, I guess, but it's been a while. Hey Maniac, what up? Welcome to some open gameplay. I will just fix the last few names here. Well, one I guess, everything else I should be fine. I believe. One quick exec demo names. We'll do that, there we go. Akachu is now Akachu on the screen here as well. And we're ready to go in this match. We missed some gameplay here. There's been some back and forth already between the crizzl situation we have here right now. But no round just yet between these two teams. They're sitting at 10 to 11 points, I believe. Both of these teams, something like that. We're still very much in the playoffs contention here, but we'll have to stay true. They gotta get some wins on the board. This is map 1 for these two teams here, which also shown on the screen here right now. That will also be the first round. Going to steer it up, just kind of awkwardly wrapping around them here on the attempt to get into lobby. Okay, this is last week's match, which we will need later again. Mind you, there's another game coming after this one. Which is technically from last week. But with that all out of the way now, I'm just gonna quickly make a screenshot for my Discord to show what I'm streaming tonight. Oops, I can't type. There we go. Right. So, 6 divs under with a mid-win right under their belts already, and they want to keep this up. With 3 down, you have all the reason to try to contest second already. The match is out so late. And buff gets caught immediately. Just being much too late out of the second point. Great jump by the soldier. It's going to get them some mileage here already. Look at that. This won't just be a second cap. This might actually just be the equalizing round once again. I haven't even seen all this game. I joined like 3 minutes ago. We've still had a lot of things happen already. One will force Uber quite early. A lot of flashing needs to happen here. Missed the Uber very short. Still gets the soldier onto point. Times 1 on the cap, but no one's getting close at all. Everyone's so late to rotate here. Not much contention on the other side of the point as well. It was just team coming in right side. No one really stopping him going left, and still not making it there in time. This will be the equalizing round. This looks to be a pause as well at a very convenient moment for the STV, which is strange and rare, but I'll take it. But yeah, games tonight will be 2 games. This one here, first of all, at 8 right now, and then later at 21:15 we have last week's Div1 match between Gremlins and Lego. Have to be caught up on. Still, I believe neither of them currently at the top end of the table, but I guess they're missing points as well, so that's to be expected. Yeah, both in the middle actually, 4 and 5. Can certainly catch up with the top right now if they get a clean 6 there. So in both of these games here between Open and Div1. Each team involved can still make it to the top of the table here very quickly, or at least towards the top end of the table with some wins. But now, tight game over here in Open. 6 unders will get around of their own. Crizzl still unbuffed as well. Alexa with the jump in looks for whatever is close here and choked. It's the demo man going down right away. Buff cut off from actually healing all too much. There may be some arrows through with Alexa down, however. They're taking space back of their own on their side of the mid fight here. All fairly weak though. Soldier tries to make space, but with this little health, one goes down right away. And they're just stuck in a bad position on Stereo Left. Nice shots coming out. Will keep down Vexo as well. But here's come the bombs by Humr in the back. Uncontested through while Pixel pushes forward. Really good timing all around by the blue squad to get things under wraps here. And that's a start. Alrighty, early Uber here, just some damage into lobby, making them all really weak, so they will pop through for that. But so many people overextend for that as well. 3 down, nothing left on point. And that's just a round over before it really started here on last. Understandably, you want to get the force out of the way, but you can only risk so much for that. This is where the DC happened as well. Matt timed out. Let's see how it goes from here. Buff makes the way back on the server pretty quickly. Still a little bit awkward for them. Probably just won't make it to mid at all and just take second instead. Which, I mean, arguably is a better result of the mid fight than when they actually went there the last few times. In a strange and cruel way. Either way, 6 unders will take these. 3 midpoint to their own here, but now they'll actually have to work to get it to second, so that will change things significantly. And this time around, there won't be some awkward crits. The Uber scenario here either. Make matters a little bit more complicated. This will just be have to be done in normal even Uber stalemate. 6 all around choke, both teams building until they have this, which should be any second now. And that's probably when we will see at least some sort of plays happen. Question is what the ideas are for these teams. Certainly in the open division. Not expecting nearly as much flashy stuff necessarily as in low division. But then again, you can also get away with a lot more things in open, since clearly the holds are also worse. Well, Humr tries to go from drop down, but the problem is drop down is just as much a choke as walking through choke. So it's not exactly much more subtle there. Either way, speaking of drop down, there's an attempt coming through there. They're getting blown up in choke already though, while the play is being made. Bomb comes through now. Vinbing is trying to begin. That's Vinbing actually, never mind. Tries to get in there from drop down, but with 2 down already and 1 play committed, even if the force comes out, you're gonna have a tough time staying anywhere. And with the force not even working, Serial Love has to fall back all the way. 2 down, last point here, and we're having some trouble keeping this one going. They actually get 1 in for the force and they kill him to Akachu. Point play already starting, but they have a Uber of their own, so they can retaliate a little bit to force people back. Clean up what's left anyway. Is not a lot, and they lose some more themselves here, but they have spawns coming in that should just about even things out once again for Serial Love to hold on to the last point. The high ground. Well, I mean, even then though, heavy would just be a big problem. Just having that huge roadblock without a demo man as well to easily deal with like things on point as well. Certainly, high ground also hurts, but it's more than just that. Not a clean last push by 6 tips unders. They wanted to just wrap this up so quickly after the force. Is the problem for them. So things will go back to mid to second. With a little bit more of a stalemate here to calm things down once again. That was a first 10 minutes that was very eventful so far, and it's far from over here. Love needs some bite back to this game. This has been 6 tips unders match in their firm control for a little bit now. They gotta find some answers here. And as much as they were trying to put something forward in the stalemate earlier here, it wasn't really working all too well. Becomes another playthrough. Humr will get deep enough for a trade at least. It's a demo pick, which is nice. Might actually get them some more presence through choke, but with everyone aware of it, I won't believe it's too easy. They will still go with an exchange either way though. Try to get this going right away. Soldier on the flank, very active as well. Tries to get through here somehow. Trades at least. Vexo not so aggressive here as well. But it's the red Uber that lasts much longer. And they're trying to go deep, or at least Vinbing gets deep, but all alone will not get very far. Akachu down in return is pretty good. But with Scouts just now spawning, they're actually just busting through themselves of the lack of demo men here. And that's actually working out immediately. Scouts leading the charge. Medics want to clean up themselves here. And that's just the chariot riding all the way into the second point. Take home control of CP2, and probably not much more from here immediately anyway, with the Ubers being the way they are. Hard to imagine. Especially now, with some off-class being put on board. Tails on Engineer. Aparo was there for a second. Opt against it. Maybe not quite desperately needed right now. In the middle of an even Uber stalemate, as long as they are careful around the gun at least. He's still 6 tips unders, keeping things in their control. And this back to last once again. A sniper being put up as well now. It's Willow on the rifle. He can flank nothing much here. One gets through in the backlines as well, but spotted all the way through here the entire time. Sniper has been noted as well now. However, maybe not the demo man standing next to the sniper here as well. The kill on the soldier. Nothing tremendous. Just gonna slow things down once again for 6 tips under. So maybe that's just the time Mysteriolus needs as well. Not gonna get them out of here all too quickly though. Am comes back in now that Humr's spawning again. Certainly, the game has been turned a lot slower now after the first few minutes of the game. 6 tips unders maybe not trying to throw away the lead all too much anymore. Mysteriolus very aware of the fact that this could still get worse if they're not careful either. But still very much forced to take the issue into their own hands here. Otherwise, you will just hit on the receiving end here some more, and that's certainly the start of it. Quick snipe by Vexo, sniper 1v1. Ooh, did not see Vexo at all there. Vexo with some more sightlines as well. Body shot will do. And they're in at the exact time the medic drops as well. Insane timing for 6 tips under. Zero loves. Yes, all going down here as the cap goes through. Another round for the blue team. 3-1 lead. Bit of a chaotic start, but playing it well since a couple of minutes into this. More so than ever now. Mysteriolus with a lot of pressure on them now. Still the 6 tips unders trying to be the playmakers here. Alexa going down pretty early though. There's not much coming out of their bombs just yet. Maybe the scout can clean up things, but no, Pixel also stuck under. Can't clean it for Soldier in time with a Humr down as well. No, they're not left standing with much anymore. Akachu juggled all around choke. Drop down, jump by the Soldier. Cleaned up immediately by the scouts as well. Really, really good mid-fight all around. For the red side here, 2 survivors, which means very little. And they will have to forcibly go back to last. Give up all the space on mid and second all together. And this might just be the comeback they're looking for. Really, really solid mid-fight for the red squad as we approach the halftime mark of map 1. Yeah, it's just picking up the point here, but otherwise they have to worry about last year on the blue side. And being put up fairly late, a power up as well to try to help out with the Uber denial in some capacity here. Looks like they're opting for the forward pyro to deny the doors and the entries of the Uber. Also then trying to keep the gun alive as long as possible. Problem with that idea is that if they're not really coming through the door you're watching, which is unfortunately still possible through river, you might not be doing all too much. This gun tries to be secret as well and fortunately spotted really quickly. Instead idea sour as well. It's just situations like these where you can see why the meta about RONG evolved much more about protecting the gun than stopping people from getting in. Because they're getting in alright. 2 kills already. Zorpi going down being the most problematic one. Alexa and Actually, 3 people total going down here at the end. Sclaz is just picking up the door. The rest of the team gets us to point and cleans up the round. Very clinical push. Clean and simple. By Serial left to get around on about 3-2. Just goes to show that while there might have been more control for Sixes under so far, if they have a chance, they can keep this going very much so. So you can't count them out just yet at all on the red side. Still down though, at least a round for the tie, let alone getting back in the lead from there. So we head into the next mid-fight here. Sclaz very quickly on the mid-fight. Has to be careful here, but the team are the first to die in the end. Shot down by the scouts back into fall damage. Alexa tries to get in as well, but these scouts not letting anything through. That's the bomb in the back lines, while one comes in from the back. Vinbing goes in up front, and that just completely pins us the whole combo, not getting out in time. Really good stuff by Steerlove. They're picking things back up again. Alexa even cleaned up at the very end there, which shouldn't matter too much. It's a long respawn, but they might just have time for that still until last. Nintails just capping up the point on second as everyone else is already on river, getting in here. Alexa will spawn now. They gotta get some kills quickly with this. Heavy gets left behind for now. They just want to get the damage going forward, and that is a lot of damage. Sclaz cleans up 2. Vinbing and Nintails clean up the heavy left in the front lines here, and rest of the team trying to rotate through spawn won't be able to get there in time. And that is a really, really solid 2-round comeback here by Steerlove to bring this back to a tight scoreline once again. This is a match, alright. Been at the tie before at 1-1, but all these minutes later, it's 3-3 now. Anyone's game still. Sclaz, careful about the damage coming in there. Last 2 mid-fights have been really good for Steerlove. Let's see what Six Unders can return the favor with. So far, one aggressive bomb in right away and some spam over the point. Gets them positioning at least. They get over the point for what it's worth, but they need to actually clean up kills right now. Bombs come in late, but they find one as well in the back, and that might be what Steerlove hoped for to turn things around with. But without position and no bomb to help out anymore. They're giving this one up quickly. Humr tries to get in fast. Almost had the timing ready, but not quite. Matt gets the pack. Has some backup as well, but this pressure is really, really putting him on the back foot here. Maybe enough for 6 divs under to get the entry they want here into this point. Buffed almost has now. They want to push it early, but Pixel finds the kill. Just walks in. Doesn't care at all that they might have. And this is just a complete disaster now for Steerlove. Just off by a second on this push. Try to bluff this forward, and they're just getting punished for it. Huge cleanup all around. Vinbing the only one forward. Get some damage going. Ooh, not the greatest rockets though. Lives for a while, but gets taken down eventually. They, in the meantime, already have to worry about the last point here. Which will, fortunately enough, work. It's a bit of a throwaway on the soldier's life here. It got them a lot of cap time for what it's worth, so this might still very much matter later on, but it still gets Steerlove some time as well. Put something up on the defense. It's a sniper very aggressively. Maybe too much so as well. And then a gun in the back. That's all they're going to get. And with this much cap time, it better be enough. Because the moment they touch this point, it's almost over already. One goes so aggressive as well. Such reckless play out of the last point here by Steerlove as they just on the receiving end of this uber advantage. Clean up the gun. Get the NG as well stuck before the spawn door. They're forcing this towards point. People rotate. Vinbing deals some damage alright. But with only so much health to go around, being shot by all 5 players, it will be a quick end for the soldier. And 6 divs unders once again going in the lead. It's been some fast rounds so far. We still have 10 minutes to go at a 4-3 scoreline. I'll just force back a little bit here. Steerlove wants to control the midfight their way, it seems. Bomb comes through. Great sticky snipe as well off the damage. Look at that. Suddenly, this is looking all the better here. A really, really good play off the bomb there. Didn't even have anyone really deep. Just the damage all landing where it needed to at the same time. You also have to try to flank around here as well. Humr very much not happy with that. Tries to cut off the Demoman here before it's the Demoman cutting off them. Will go down for that, but saves the medic's life either way. Probably wise choice to go for here. No, Demon last might be more hurtful for the offense here than for the defense, being one soldier down. Girls back up again. They know very well that there could be a funny play into last any moment now. They put up a heavy instead of a gun. the Pyro as well in the point area, actually. Surprisingly enough. Switch off to NG now as well, probably for the best. Having the auto-aim might just be a little bit better here. Just make sure that no one gets any funny ideas at last with the soldier plays as well. Speaking of soldier plays, Humr wants to be the one making them right now from under. Hides a little bit here. Huge damage, but no kills right now. Pyro tries in to get some damage more going as well, but it's much too late at that point and just throws their life away completely. No space to be for Pyro against 2 scouts. Completely picked apart before anything can happen. Here's the bomb through as well. The gun will say no to most of that. Akachu to clean up as well. The Uber is in regardless of that though, as they're trying to clean up the mess behind the point. The exchange goes up on the front end of it, and that actually will be good enough. No one under the point was able to do anything during the exchange. Very well done by 6 unders to keep control of the lower area, despite the initial struggles there. Force them all the way out, buffed in some trouble here. A lot of damage coming their way. The odds won't quite all connect. So the red mat will live. It's just about even here, but 6 unders with a very quick push out make their way back to second. Both mats alive. And well out of this one means a bit of an even Uber stalemate here, potentially. Surely both teams are aware of it at this rate. So things will slow down a little bit here. But not to be concerned about that one too much, because Stereolove very much have that clock on them right now. 7 minutes left. It's only 1 round down at the very least. They need only 1 more last push to make this to a golden cap. Get some points out of their troubles here for this match. But clearly that's not enough time to get 2 even. They can still straight up win this match, get all 3 on either side of this game right now. Just goes well. One tries to get in first things first here. He's a lot of damage for their troubles, but at least got there for now. But everyone also knows that the soldier is there. That might just be a problem with 1 down as well. Vexo just winning a straight up 1v1 on the flank. Having 1 behind suddenly becomes a little bit of a liability if you aren't careful on mid. Because surely 6 unders must realize that there's just people missing right now on the midpoint. Humr tries to take advantage of it, gets in on a jump automatic. Good timing on the first one here. Won't get through for any more than that though. Has to go so deep for that one distraction in the back as well. No one else with a follow-up of it. Onto buffed. Oh, they really don't like the fact that one is behind them. They just don't know where exactly that player is anymore. By being pulled out as well. It's a stalemate, might as well take control of it completely. One goes down as the snipe comes in here. Both soldiers in the back finally did spot the Solly tanking around. Now they have another threat to worry about right in front of them, in fact, not behind all. Skip jump in by Alexa will just eat more damage than it's worth in the end. Goes down pretty quickly. It's a late death at least. The spawner's already on the way. Fact of the matter is any kill might matter here, and there we go. Humr gets baited into the sticky trap. In the meantime though, Soldier just jumps through choke as well, gets to Akachu. A lot of damage, no kill just yet. Vinbing goes down here, but they try to make the most of it, and Pixel goes down for the troubles as well. Vexo caught by the sniper as well. Not much left to use on anymore. The demo man will receive the beam here. And they just have to get out of here right now. Akachu takes the high road here when they going through lobby, and that might not end quite as well. Willow finds the kill in the end. They just slowly but surely took more and more space until the second, until it worked with the sniper sideline included. Not gonna be anything too funny to last, I think, immediately here, but they have the advantage now. That might just all that matters. At 4:30 left. Time is of the essence now. Like I said, there's still very much time for 2 rounds, but getting worse and worse by the second to realistically make it happen as well. Snipers towards river right now. They spot Vexo, and Vexo spots them, but not well enough so to get a kill. But looks like they are fully relying on the sniper sidelines here. Nintails not really taking an aggressive angle though, just yet. Trying to rotate, knowing that they're towards river here. The spam should probably call that out pretty quickly. Like, will be forced to rotate right away. This is progressing at a snail's pace now, which, despite the uncomfortable position of the map they're in right now, 6 Divs Unders, the pace of the current situation at least is favoring them here. Any second is a good one if you're in the lead at the end of the game. Trying to mess around through Shutter there, but no one's really willing to commit just yet. Not even the sniper sidelines are anything too grand just yet. Vexo, well aware of that, tries to still peek through the same angle from under into river. We've seen them try before. Quick scope in on Nintails as well, finds the kill. No success so far on the sniper sidelines at all for Stereo Left. I would not be surprised if we see the switch off here once again. The question is remaining, however, what the idea will be, and it's spy, by the looks of it. Looks like no one on blue is checking specifically for the spy either. However, if a Pyro already on the field, you'd think that'd be a good fit, and seeing as Vexo abandoned the sniper class for this as well, maybe they have an idea here about what's going on. Just expected for the time being. See what Stereo Left will make happen with this, but you need to keep in mind, if they get around now, there's so little time for another round. At this point, they're resigning themselves to Golden Cap. This is all they have. Decloaked by Nintails. No one heard it as well. There's a stab right in front of the Pyro's eyes. Well done to the spy. But it's far from over yet. They have to clean up the last push as well. And they're just coming right in here. They trade 1-for-1 with the spy. A very favorable 1-for-1 with the drop, of course. And they want to clean up house right away, just get to point. Heavy under the point, however, comes in just in time. There's some people left still to maybe just about win out the fight here. They were very much caught by surprise by the Heavy, but it will all be fine in the end. Stereo Left brings this to a 4-4 scoreline. And this isn't over yet. There's a minute and a half left here. This could very much end before a Golden Cap if either team has a big misstep on the midpoint. You gotta be careful here, but the allure of just winning it with all 3 points is still there as well. I think both teams want to go for it as well. Double bomb in for blue, get some damage in, but not enough to kill anything. One in the meantime wrapping all the way behind. They're trying to be so aggressive, but it's not really working. One with one beef rocket, not the second one though. That will be straight on target here, and this is falling apart for 6 Divs Unders. Vexo the only survivor, barely so, and chased down by 2 scouts. Might be changed here pretty quickly. Everyone's just on the pistol, and Willow will hit all of them. 6 Divs Unders banked it all on the aggression here, and it did not pan out well. And that's not even the first time that happened. Stereo Left has been looking pretty good. Just defending on the mid-fights, and they will get rewarded for it once again, with at least one more shot into last before a Golden Cap might cut them short here. And this is, for all the points right now, this could save them a lot of trouble. A lot of time if it just works on the first try here. They won't have much more time than that, and maybe they're too late for it even at this point. 10 seconds left, or not even in just yet. We'll have to pop it right away, and Buff just dies before they can use on full Uber. Go down right away. This will go to a Golden Cap. What a game so far. I'm glad I picked up this game and didn't wait around for a 2030 game. Well, gonna be a bit heartbreaking on each side for what it's worth. 6 Divs Unders obviously with the lead at various points out of the game, especially towards the end here. It's Stereo Left with a chance to win it outright as well at the end, beefing it. I think in some ways both teams very much feel like they deserve to win this map, but only one winner on any given map. He might tie overall, but not on the single map here. Someone has to go up on top for map 1. And I highly doubt we're going to see 6 Divs Unders as aggressive as last mid, right? That was the second aggressive mid that didn't really work. Not like they didn't have mid success, of course, but they gotta now start thinking, what is it that worked that was not working this time? I guess we won't have to wait for too long here. Everyone's taking a quick break. And then right after the golden cap, no matter how long this might take here, that could take up to 15 plus minutes. Just about. We will also go straight into map 2, which is product for this game. It will be a Granary Gully in the future match in Division 1. So it's a week 3 game just delayed. So I am very interested to see how this golden cap goes through. As always, this also means 1 point each already. Winner gets the last point out of the 3 to go around for map 1. One way or another, that's a little bit awkward for the playoffs race, because neither of these teams is obviously already sitting at the very top of the table, although they're obviously still very much in it for playoffs. Any drop point will be hurting by the end of the season. Let me actually check the tables in open right now. I think there's like technically 4 undefeated teams, only 2 of which actually are undefeated. Yes. That's how it looks like. Alright, here's the golden cap. It's 4-4 in regular time between these two teams. Stereolab just about clutching it out. But spent most of the game catching up on the scoreline, but more than anything. 6 Divs Unders with a much better early start to the game here than a finish maybe for themselves as well, but still very much capable of this if it just goes well. And look at the damage for them. Akachu hits some pipes, rockets landing as well for everyone to be really weak and on their own half here. Bomb comes through to try to save the day, and Vinbing will hit Zorpi just like that. The mat goes down. They're sitting on their own half here, all healed up once again, and the initial early damage just couldn't get followed up on with the bomb, just denying them walking forward. And with Zorpi down in all of this as well, this is going to be maybe just what Stereolab was looking for. He more or less will have the same chance as before in regular time. A little bit more time to think about it maybe, but still only so much before Zorpi will get their own Uber ready as well. Gotta still hurry this one up quite a bit here. Also lets them have time to set up a gun, put up a heavy on the field as well, which already almost saved the day last time. Opts against sitting in the lower area. In fact, wants to sit on high ground with the rest of the team. And there you have it. They didn't bother waiting, which means we know what happened. Very much so. Can just fill in the blanks here, but that is a map going to Stereolab, if only in a golden cap. But they'll take it. 2-1 in terms of ETF2L points to their favor, which tables weight puts are somewhere. Where are they right now? Oh, that's low, never mind. There they are. 11 and 12 right now at 14 points. I was off a little bit with my math. Which means Stereolab now at 16. 6 Divs under at a solid 14. Like I said, very much still with players within grasp. But this 1 point, even for Stereoduff, could hurt later on. Obviously 2 down for 6 of unders is going to sting quite a bit more even than that. And that's far from over as well now. There's another map left to go. It's product coming up here. And for King of the Hills will certainly change how the game goes quite a bit. I said violin. Sorry, this stream can only do Megalovania. And also only the first 4 notes of Megalovania. The bastard gets here. So yeah, anyway, looking at the exact table positions means very little right now. Because obviously the vast majority of teams haven't played yet. How on earth has the team played 7 maps? Happened. Oh, never mind. I remember what happened. That is the historic 4-1 game. Where they tied on process and then didn't bother playing the golden cap. Because they probably didn't know. Unlucky. That's open for you. People don't know what golden caps are and are still in the top range of the tables. Alright. Anyway, up next, King of the Hill product, a map I've seen earlier today actually. And to be quite honest, I doubt it's going to be as good as a product game as the one I watched earlier today. That's going to be very difficult, in fact. But I'm going to be very open-minded about it. Since there is certainly a bit of a skill difference here, I would say, compared to that game in ETF2L Open. As one might expect. But yeah, this is for the marbles. Both teams need to get some more points on the board. 6 of under certainly was in the lead long enough last map. Twice, I think, as well, mind you. That they very much still probably are optimistic about the chances here. And in fact, probably think they deserve some more points out of this match than they have so far under the belt. Stereoduff, on the other hand, could have, honestly, just the same wrapped this up before the golden cap if they had like a few more seconds worth of time. Weren't as panicked on time as well at the end there. So very much also want to clean free here as well. We'll make this very much a matter of execution here on the second map of the evening. In this here open match. Once again, 6 ifs unders in blue, Stereoduff in red. Let me put the scoreline on the screen for anyone just joining. First of all, this has to be this. Then 4-5 GC. Game it's been so far, but game's not over yet. So head into map number 2, King of the Hill product. The bomb's already trying to come through, but not getting very far. Bit of damage, sure, but not enough for anyone to clean up on just yet. And they see the writing on the wall on 6 ifs unders. They fall back quite early. Get themselves out of here right away. Bit of damage to thrown towards point just to scare them away, but for the most part this will be wrapped up in Stereoduff's favor. So that timer ticks down. The first things first here. As always, once it reaches 0, the round's over. This is first 2-3 to win the map. If you get 2 rounds on the board, you still get the pity points, much like in the golden cap. Come the bomb through. It's so close, but it's just not good enough. Buff will not use to any of this. Some more pipe spam comes through, none of it connecting. Pack gotten as well for the medic here, but they get a lot of space at these pixels, maybe a bit too much so as well. 2 down as the Evo exchange starts. Maybe a scout getting not flashed, he might be saving the day, but even with Nintails going down, they're just stuck here with 2 down as well now, and with worse spawns for it as well. Rushing down the cap time here means the spawns will be worse. Niba Blue's player dying before he was up for the fight just yet, and Stereoduff blatantly takes advantage of that, just all on the point, forcing the 4 back to the life. Maybe the spawns can change something and it at least slows them down here, but not enough by any means. Recap by Steerlove right away, but they're not stopping at all. Humr with some big damage. Akachu hits some as well. Maybe one from the back can do something. Not if you get air shot right away. No chance on survival for the red soldier here. And most importantly, at the very beginning of this buff went down. This looked dire for 6 Divs Unders at one point here, but they fight through that despite the odds. To get it all going once again. These fights kept on going for quite a while at least, while Steerlove had the cap, so they still got about a minute out of this. Which is by no means too shabby. Quite how back and forth it's been, but now it's big advantage on the side of Zorpi. They don't want to see that at all. Double bomb comes in, Demoman with that as well, and the scout even walking through as well. They're just seeing what they can do here, but ooh, it will actually be just enough. Zorpi really far back there, but someone sneaks through, deals the final blow of damage to make the Uber be forced out here in the end. Meanwhile, willo and buff building in the back, so this did all it needed to do. Anyone can die there all they want, as long as they die fast enough that they can all go back in quite quickly, and looks like Nintails after force even stayed behind as well. They seem very aware. But you gotta dodge the Uber at some point here. And that might just be time to strike for the scout in the back. Mistimes a little bit here, still good damage, gets the kill regardless, nowhere to go, they can't go forward, they can't stay there. The Uber is right in front of them here, and the Demoman will feel that right away. It's a 2-for-2 trade at the very least, which the blue team can be happy of. And with Humr in the back, they actually find the kill on the medic as well. They were so focused cleaning up, they didn't realize Humr slipped past. And the players behind very much dictating these fights right now for both teams here. Buffed will get the respawn before they cap. Intentionally or not, they delayed the cap there for the best of their own sakes right now here. Don't want to cap while the mat's there to delay his spawn anymore. Maybe means a little bit less time on the point right now, but that should be fine. Look at the spam as well. One is already down to 100. I don't even know how Pixel finds the time to build here right now. Everyone's getting scattered just enough that, I mean, everyone's in heal range to be effectively building. But I guess they don't want to sit back and build. They want to keep up the illusion of pressure here. Not make them feel too comfortable on the hold. And be quick, most importantly, on the way back in as well. They're about to have now, so they get ready to go. Buff not really building much at all here. A little bit of it happening in the end, but still advantage out of this by 6 Divs Under. Sclaz goes down right away. That's a big pick to start things off with here, and with the soldier going down in the backlines as well. They won't have to worry about the flank play this time. A lot of spam finding its way towards Cliff here, but not onto buff just yet. Both Ubers are up. But they gotta be ready to go. Unders bringing this dangerously low on the timer right now. Even if the cap goes to Steerlove out of this one, it will just take a while, right? Bombs in the back, doing some decent damage. We'll find this force onto Zorpi as well. They use very far back, and that's a bit of a problem as well, because look at this. They're nowhere close to actually catching anyone. Buff will have to use in the end, but not gonna change anything with the people down. Maybe both soldiers went down for the force here. They're just taking the fight anyway, though. Nintails walking over Vexo. Some more scout damage comes through as well, but it's not working. Buff gets caught as well by Humr, and that's gonna be huge. 10 seconds left. Like I said, the fight kept on going for so long, and they just didn't recap at all. And now they have no choice. People are barely up as well, but they have to get to point, and that's just a very exploitable positioning. Demoman caught immediately. Bombs go deep for damage, but not onto point for the cap time. That should make the cleanup fairly easy for the side of 6 Divs Unders. They're going in one last time, but blue team will wrap this up in their favor. Very controlled ending there. 2 6 Divs Unders will take the lead once again. Can they keep it this time? See how the rounds will begin. On round number 2. Ooh, quick double bomb. Look at that. Humr dies for that, but Demoman stood no chance. Still, it's both soldiers going down for only Demoman. It might be enough if they get some space here, but no one's really willing to back off just yet. The pipes in the end onto buff might be enough. They really don't want to risk the medic too much. They still have some pressure on the flank here, courtesy of willo, but with willo down as well now. And the soldier falling back, that might just be the end of it. Pixel goes in on the medic, barely any health on buff, 50 health, just enough to live. And they're actually finding a lot of kills at the back end of this one. One even gets out in the end of that as well. after cleaning up a scout way deep there into enemy territory. And that might just be good enough here. Yeah, is Zombie willing to use across the point here. They try to catch them as much as they can, but no one on Zero Love too willing to take part in this fight just yet. And with such an early push, they have very much time to react as well in the end. Nice damage with the Nintails, but won't catch the scout there at all. Buffed has now as well, so it's pretty much go time. Willow leads the charge, it seems. Nintails already on the point with this 2. Trying to keep the Captain alive. He eats a lot of damage, maybe a bit too much so, but will at least wrap up the Cap. Meanwhile, the Uber trying to desperately get in, gets Zorpi, but not much more than that. Well, that's a good kill. It's gonna be a struggle of a fight now for the post Uber to really keep themselves on point with numbers down. Even with no health. If they're fast, they could do this. And they're trying to get through for at least some kills here. Get Nintails, get buffed as well. Alexa deep, gets the medic here. Tries to get the melee kill, will be every single swing, but it doesn't matter. Because the Devilman couldn't get past this soldier either. That will be the fight. 1 by 6 of under, back in their control. The timer ticks down now into the next 2 minutes left on their clock. Hiya, what up? Alright, one. Caught by a trap. Doesn't stop them too much just yet. They just want to get to Zorbi, want to have this medic go down, but no one living for long enough to make it happen here. And unfortunately, even if Zorbi was willing to force for that, can't force a medic that does not have Uber. On 83, Zorbi will just about stay alive. Uber still intact for now. Buffed has as well, so with no force working here, maybe an Uber fight will have to be the way to go through this. Ooh, that is so much damage to spam towards point. Immediately 2 down, make that 3 now at the end of it. They're trying to go even deeper with this at the end here. Akachu trying to desperately catch the medic here. Can't really hit all too much, but the cleanup is still there. Buff goes down. Alexa cleans up Nintails as well. It's just awkwardly Akachu stuck too deep at the end of that one, but it is working. Building pretty so you can't force. Exactly. They overextend a little bit for the chase here. It's arguably worth it as long as Zorbi lives, but that is still a situation pending here. Bombs come through aggressively very quickly as well, but looks like the Met will get out of here. So as much as this lost them the point more or less at the end of it, it got them down to 24 seconds, it got them an advantage as well. Not a huge one, mind you, on 6 Divs unders. An advantage nonetheless. Sniper now on 1 as well. Very interesting. First time this came out this game here. But we are only 2 rounds into this. And that's maybe just what they need to slow down the pace a little bit. 1 with an immediate headshot. Can't really headshot these guys, but can body shot them alright. Pixels behind the Uber will not stay alive. Humr going down to buffed as well. This Uber did anything but kill people. Barely got them safe on point as well, and they very well know they can't keep up the cap time here at all. As much as they would like to bring this down into the cap time, into overtime maybe. Not gonna happen right now. Stirlov takes control of the point and keeps it firmly with the sniper in hand. 2 nice shots by 1. Will help with that. Hi Yoski, thanks for the sub. Money? Well, not yet. That's actually not how Twitch works. Don't get this money immediately, I'll get the money eventually. And unfortunately only. But I mean, one day.
Mission ends in 60 seconds.
Okay, this push also not working. For 6 Divs unders, time's getting dire now. They had such a nice lead, but it's closed down to only 30 seconds. Getting less and less as time goes on here. 1 still sniping in the back of this one. Zorpi will have now, and they will have to use through quite quickly. It's an exchange immediately here. Better Uber for buffed, unsurprisingly, out of this. Gonna be a matter of point control. And Nintails giving up all of it to try to chase deep aggressively there. Won't work at all. Good damage coming through by Alexa as well. Soldiers going in deep. Not so much going all too well for Humr. Gets a sniper though. That might just be all they need. at the end. They've been struggling with it so far. Putting an early stop to it might just be good enough here. They are down 1 here. Nintails already spawned again off the better spawn off the cap now. Buffed, however, eats all the damage. They have to win this by pure force right now very quickly. And then they have another 30 seconds left to go. The brute force approach seems to work. Just the medic stuck out here. Zombie going down is huge, however. No Uber will be had here anymore. That much is for sure. Buff might have had like barely a chance in the long double overtime if picked up at spawn, but no one will. 20 seconds as the beam connects. This will just come down to pure DM right now. Luckily, by the time the cap runs through, they do have all the spawns back in. Here comes the bombins. Humr and Alexa trying to get deep in. They get so much damage on the medic, but they don't need the medic. They need everyone else, and everyone else is just picking them apart. It's just Vexo left alive with the medic in tow, and that won't be doing it for 6 of under. Steerlove gets around on the board. Oh, IF, this is wholly open. You missed one hell of a match last map. Gali was actually a really good game, I want to say. Like, genuinely really good match so far this is. As you can see, both teams going above and beyond to try to win this still. Next point is already getting you 1 on the ETF2L scoreboard here. So this round matters immediately here. And the damage by the bombs is incredible. Look at that. Humr and Alexa, what they couldn't really do last round at the end of it, to save them from going down 1, will immediately get remedied on this one here. Quick cleanup by the scouts as well. And this is just a quick win on the mid fight for 6 divs under. Where's Alexa going? Jumps up, jumps back down. Going all around the map. He's the sack wave. Sclaz doesn't get very far. Scout over point trying to get in as well, but it's really the soldiers that should be having the easy time getting in, but they struggle so much. One actually gets 2 for the price of 1 there at the end. And that's actually kind of big, to be fair. Blue spawn's obviously slower here on the cap. Means as long as they are quick about this, they can beat out the numbers here pretty quickly in a fight. Don't have Uber just yet, but they will get on the way, and that might just be all that matters here. Forcing people back already, but I don't think they're quite as fast as they might want to be on this one. Monster back on the field already, and that's so much spam. Demo and Soldier combine. Take 1, take 2. They're getting cap time, but how long can they keep this? Looks like they don't even care about that one anymore. They just want to get the Uber in as well. Humr already in the backlines as well. It's a huge problem here, but they have problems in the front lines as well. They can't even leave the exchange here at the end. Just getting completely picked apart 1 by 1. So much cap time, none of it will matter if they cannot stay alive. And certainly it looks exactly like that's the case here. Demo down at the tail end of this. This is already half the time that 6 divs unders need just out of these few engagements here. Halfway to another round here, as long as they keep this point alive. And with this advantage, that looks all easy all of a sudden. Maybe that's just a motivating factor Steerlove needs, however, to just get going without an Uber, maybe. Play fast for a moment here and take a non-Uber fight of some capacity. Won't be easy, but people have to commit to point very quickly here. Half the cap already over. Means they can't just sit back right now. They're not really falling back at all as well. Pixel tries to take the fight, but that doesn't end too well for the blue scout. Demo went in as well. Looks like the bait will work exactly as intended. People take just a bit too far on the aggression here of a point. Suddenly there's just nothing left standing here. Scouts cleaning up. Nintails on a 5k. Will not get Zombie in spawn. Eats like 1 bullet there at the end. Far from enough. Tall order now, however, for Steerlove. If they want to get the lead here, if they want to get the match point position, they have 2.5 minutes left to go now on their own timer. With an advantage a little bit more doable here, as long as they can keep the sacks away from the medic. That seems to be the case just fine. 1 by 1. These bombs trickle in far into enemy territory, but not far enough to get on the medic. That's the first minute down for Steerlove. It's going places. Slowly but surely. Making their way back. Only a minute 10 difference now between these two teams on each respective timer. Both Ubers are ready now, however, and it looks like Six of Thunders is very keen to use these as well. Once again, very early Uber over the point. But more than happy to meet them over on this exchange here as well with this. Much better Uber regardless of how quickly they use it as well. Trying to get people over point, however, means that they're so deep they won't have much more of a flash. Everyone goes in like it's a sack wave, but they really just needed to make sure they keep control. But they wanted to kill so badly, everyone ends up feeding. 3 down on Stereolaf. They brought this time so close to their opponents here, but even with the kill on Lex at the end, courtesy of a pipe by Sclaz, they will... Or Sclaz, sorry, I can't read, wow. Apologies, I suppose. Even with those pipes like Sclaz to get a kill, that won't be enough to take it back immediately as well. 30 seconds, not a lot of time here, and Zorpi has advantage, mind you. Which is, at the very least, just a really nice safety net here to pop through at any time with the half. Even now, get one already without having to use in the first place, but people are close. These kills are so easy to get if they really believe, and as more damage trickles in, it might just make them want to use it at some point as well. So they gotta be careful in Zero Left. They have to play point, but they can't afford to play it into the Zero too much until they have as well. And it looks like maybe they just won't get the timing here, because Zorpi just gets walked over. Absolutely picked apart. And it gives them a fighting chance now on Zero after melee attacks come out. No, Alexa had a rocket left to go around, tries to get the medic. Would have to get 3 swings out of this one though. Bye bye. What up? That is the opening game I was talking about earlier. Only 1 more minute left. Zero as well, but it's overtime for 6 Divs Unders, and that means that Zero can't give up the point at all. But so far the damage is looking good. They lose the Demo Man. That's a costly one, but getting 3 already. Lexa down on the bump as well. Vinbing with the rockets onto Zorpi as well to clean that up. It's just a matter of finding these kills quick, and they're doing that just fine. 1 spawns on Sniper. I think they might have seen that as well. So that is not really a subtle sniper here anymore. Alright, this is about double overtime here. Snipe comes through into Akachu right away. Speaking of the man, goes down immediately. They have a lot of cap time here, that's scary enough, but there's an Uber as well for Stereolaf. And that might just be doing it. They're not even able to clean up much with this, but they barely need to, because people have to come their way one way or another here. And that should bring around the home in the red team's favor. After all this trouble, being down like 2 minutes at the beginning of this, they brought this back all the way. This is 1 point at least to Stereolaf for the map, but why not get all 3 here? They only need to win 1 more round after all. And if they don't drop this one as well, while doing so, they will get all 3 for map number 2. Make this a 5-1 victory on the ETF2L board. Six of Thunder certainly has different ideas. Demon just lands right on the medic here, perfectly caught out onto the positioning. 2 for 2 exchange, but 2 soldiers for Demo Medic. I know who's winning this exchange. Nice stickies there as well. Snipe one out the air. Well aware of where the flank's coming from, and they're not allowed to get all too far to the medic. Actually, they are. Never mind. There was 1 more than I saw, but certainly Stereolaf, despite their best struggles, couldn't stay under the radar for 6 Divs Unders at least. Will be the midpoint going in the blue side. In commanding fashion as well. They will have huge bad now as well. And while we know that isn't everything from last round, it certainly is very helpful, of course. To get the first cap under wraps. Big damage on the forces here. They do what they can. There's a scout sneaking up in the backlines as well. Akachu in the meantime gets Sclaz as well. That surprisingly killed just about everything. Barely anyone alive, and they're already so far back on blue. They're letting them get the cap when our bomb comes through. Regardless of that, Humr tries to save the day a little bit. Not going to do enough in the end. Maybe Vexo from the sideline. No one sees it coming at the beginning of it, but they're in time at the end to save the day. Lost them back quite a bit though. Vexo didn't really kill anyone, but look at how much space that's gotten them. Fight's far from decided by that alone, but it helps quite a bit. They already have so much cap and people will have to engage pretty soon. Problem is, pretty soon Buff has Uber as well, so they might just let them take this for now. Let them have some fun on point here, and by the time the Uber's up, they can just get ready to go. Vinbing maybe a bit too soon on that one, however. Goes down before he was ready. One goes in regardless of that. These rockets need to land, and two of them were decent, but the last one overshoots completely. And Akachu and Alexa are just in on them, completely nuking them. Two big pipes and a rocket. And that's just a full cleanup to the side of 6 diffs under. So once again, much like last round, they get a hefty time lead. Start things off with. And still an Uber advantage as well to fall down as well. Another bomb comes through. Div1 tries to be the hero alone though. That's not going to cut it. Nintails on cap also going down, and the soldiers on the flank just much too late. It's a clean up Lexaflation for Pokemon Center music. I swear, this game better not be a free in double golden cap fashion. I swear to Christ. Imagine going for this much effort just to free in the end. Yeah, here comes the push through with the Uber buff using so early though. Would also juggled up high. I don't know what was shooting the scouter to get them stuck like that, but one falls a similar fate in the end. So does Nintails, going down here at least with a trade onto Vexo, but nothing much left standing means easy cleanup on the rest of them. Humr tries to get him for the melee kill, but Buff has an arrow already and not much more can follow through in the end. The match just about getting out here. But look at this lead for 6 diffs under. Even better than last round. They actually have to finish this one up this time around. No Uber once again, maybe Steerolaf needs this pressure on them right now to really get going. Ooh, damage coming in for Sclaz. Gets so much of it. Vinbing with some cleanup as well. Goes deep on the combo. Can't get one more themselves, but one gets Zorpy in the end of all people. And suddenly this is a wide open fight here. Everyone's fairly weak, fairly scattered all around, but one team still has heals, and that will matter immensely by the end of this one here. They will have a chance now. They can lift these last few sacks, and well, most of them can anyway. Humr gets taken down not before taking down willo with them. 2 minutes left. Practically overtime for the blue side here. One back to the sniper once again here. They are very strict on it. They only want to see the sniper once they have point control and not any time earlier than this. However, couldn't stop the bombs this time around. In the sliders, look at that. Gets the sniper kill and the force here in the end. Still in the backlight after all is said and done as well. That's gonna be scary here because they have to back off at some point. Or at least they would, at least, if they could at all. But realistically, they don't have the time for that anymore. 1 second left. They have to fight the point. Lexa in the back needs to just find good timing to push into this right away. But doesn't find the best one here. The push is happening, but just not into the other team in a way where it helps out the blue bomb in the backlines here. And there we go. Everyone gets in, and they're getting so much space for it as well. Everyone's just completely ditching the point, completely disregarding the timer. And it's not a good fight to take here. This is basically a lose-lose situation, but one of them loses you the game immediately. The other one is just really bad. I mean, the options are very clear in what you have to pick here, but they chose poorly. As we go into the final round, it's 2-2 once again. This is practically the golden cap of the map. Whoever wins this will get 2. The winner gets 1 point on the board once again. If it's standing the way it is right now, it's going to be dire for Steerolaf. Buff down already. Vinbing needs to really clean up this kill here, but the surf is good, at least on distance, not on height though. Much too high, will fall to the Daffy. Zorpy down. Despite the best efforts, the match could not stay alive. Alright, timer once again, starting off for 6 diffs under. building here on buff. That's granted getting like a small advantage to be like really meaningful actually. Just some random building here, so making it a sack wave actually. At least a little bit of one. One goes deep. But they're trying to get the cap time maybe a little bit. Surfing it too well. That's kind of what happened there. That was like a really good surf. But with way too little health to make it worky in the end. Look at that, actually just scaring them away. I mean, they should know they have advantage, and certainly with how they're building. That's happening quite quickly here. That will be a force though. It's justified for sure. No health on buff whatsoever, and scouts were coming as well. But they're not going to catch anything with this, so this is going to sting for the red team here. Vinbing actually goes down as well. So Zombie now with big advantage coming right back into this midpoint here. Time lead still in their possession, and with these kills already, look at that, Alexa with the 2-for-1. They're just needing to clean up a little bit more here. Unfortunately, despite sending people deep, they're not finding much of anything. Buff got out in time. That's as far as the story goes. So timer taking down for the blue team. It's not a big lead just yet, but kind of depends on how the pre-Uber situation plays out here, because certainly Steerlove wants to fight before the Uber is ready at all. One goes deep, looks like good damage, but doesn't have time for any cleanup here. Same idea on Humr, gets deep and very much right in front of the medic, but doesn't have the time to get anything else. God, maybe looking to get the cleanup here. Both, in fact, for that matter. And that will be, in the end, to force him to buff. Zombie can reply as well, but they have nothing left standing on this. It's just an Akachu solo. And while it will last very long, in fact, long enough to clean up the medic here, they cannot really stay here whatsoever as well. Zombie tries to get out of there in time, but they stay so deep so long. That's not gonna happen here. It just becomes a big old fight near the point. Nintails claims Akachu at the end as well. Late death on Zombie as well. With point position Steerlove, but still better spawn times regardless of that to Zombie, but it's not going to be much of any meaningful advantage here. Barely even 10. To the side of the blue team.
The control point is being captured. Secure the control point.
A bit of spam towards Cliff, 6 is under. Still having things under control right now, bringing this closer and closer to their last minute on the clock. Even Ubers as we speak, both on 60 and rising. A lot of cap memory with Steerlove trying to force people to get in here, but so far the damage from blue team is good enough to scare those guys away on red as well. E-bomb behind tries to do some good here. It's in the end Willow getting a kill when Nintails caps. Ooh, that's a cleanup at least. But the Ubers are ready now, or at least so is one of them. Vexo over the point, tries to get them whittled down immediately, but even with buff, using as quickly as they can here, still a much better Uber regardless of that. They have to get out of there. This time around, however, they will. No bombs coming through to chase either. Certainly there would have been only one anyway. Vinbing wasn't ready for it. So this will be point control, staying with Steerlove this game. And possibly get much closer than this. And with this kill, however, it probably won't get any closer than it just has been. This is a huge advantage now to Zombie. Really clean bomb, gets 2 rockets, that's good enough this time around. One spawns on Sniper once again. Worked a little bit earlier, but kind of picked up very quickly upon by 6 Divs under. These bombs not good enough as well. Zombie cleans up themselves actually. Akachu goes down in the meantime here, but that won't be the only demo man in the spawn queue at this point. 30 seconds left. They have to have a huge uphill battle here, and building, they may all they want. It won't change much. They are on significant disadvantage here, and Zombie's gonna get any second now to defend this point with. Ooh, buff gets picked up immediately. Humr just lands on 2 right away. Goes down for it. It's 2 down each. But Zombie has the Uber ready. And this just barely needs to clean up right now. They're trading 1 by 1 even still with the Uber going through. All this flashing later, however. They're going to keep these 3 alive. They're getting surrounded a little bit here, but they have basically no time at all. The scouts, however, don't give up whatsoever. And actually just out-DM them straight up. Just dodge the entire Uber here. And it's winning the fight. Zorpi cleans up one at the end. That's actually very, very like important. Look at the spawn time here, 17 seconds. It's not any time you can afford to lose anyone for at this point in the game. They brought it this far, but this is still 45 seconds left before they can win this game. It's practically enough time to get the Evers in for the fight here as well, if they so choose to. For now, however, people go in early. One baited over point, maybe a bit too much. Goes down to Akachu in the end. Red team falling back a little bit, but they must realize they can't stay off the point here at all. They need to go in as well. Huge damage, but they're the ones losing players faster than they can pick up anything as well. Buffed on 70. Has to defend this point with here. That's some nice shots by willo. Nintails here. The scouts started off the overtime with and might just end it as well. The Red goes down. Still a few seconds left. No heals on Red. The damage is good, but Zorpi gets the Eva ready. And it's just a matter of Pixel cleaning up, getting the last bit of cap time here. Matt will cap as well, tries to anyway. One stops the cap time here. The melee attacks come through. One gets one rocket, but not any more than that. There's the blue spawns as well. The better spawn time will just about bring it home for 6 divs under. And as this story goes, the first overtime is so important. You will have the better position every single time into overtime if you get there first. You are able to take these fights like this. Just take the long way around, and 6 divs unders will just about claim it as their own. This will be a 3-3 in ETF2L points. It's a tie, but the most complicated one I've seen in a hot minute. Alright, that was a hell of a match here. And we're not done yet for today. Believe it or not, there's more. I'll just have to find it first. It might take a second, but we're going from open all the way up to Div1. Once I can get the server under wraps here, it will be Lego against 3-2 not a golden cap anymore. Hasn't been for 3-2 is a golden cap in ETF2L, yes, which means both games were golden caps. But to each other team, basically. So each team won a golden cap map, which means it's a 3-3 still. Guess Div1, that's the plan. Gotta find the server here on Gremlins. Who the fuck gets the servers on these teams? Like Dr. Phil and... Actually, is it Dr. Phil? Probably, right? Who else gets servers on this team? And, like, whoever does it on the Russian side. Dr. Phil have a server? Yes, it's probably here. No item, you just get the stream info, right? Div1, Lego versus Gremlins. They haven't started yet, you love to see it. See, some people want bats. I can arrange that real quick. Win map 1. Lego and Gremlins. DAN because they're Danish. RUS because they're Russian. There you go. For ham, guys. Get this going. Alrighty. Ugh. The rosters should be all fine here. It is... Oh wait, I haven't checked the names on the screen yet. Gremlins, and it's obviously in red What else would it be? Lego, which is not their name, but I also don't care. Because it is Lego, let's be real. Exclamation mark bad RUS for the side of Gremlins. Exclamation mark bad DAN for Lego. Should be all mains today as well. Looks like it anyway. Might I say as well, poor Sano, because man is always solo queuing face it. Someone get this man some people to queue face it with. Please. Thank you. So this should be a change of pace. We have all different divisions from earlier. We just finished open, now we're going into Div1. We have different maps as well, actually. I haven't even thought about that yet. But it's actually not Gully product, it's Granary Gully. This is a match delayed from last week. Hence Granary being on the screen right now. That will be a week 3 match instead. Looks like people found their way in here as well. I don't know what to expect from this one. I have not seen a ton of Div1. I've seen a game of Legos. I don't think I've seen a game of Gremlins actually. Both are in the middle of the table right now, 4th and 5th respectively. What's the records here right now? Gremlins beat CJ team, tied with Nunya, lost to whatever. Lego tied with CJ team and won 4-2 over Nunya. And I saw that game actually. Brings us here to this match today. Most importantly as well, Lego still has a game later this week as well. Against Yak's team, I believe. So they have a doubleheader this week. In fact, I believe Lego had like 2 doubleheader weeks so far, and that's it. Yeah, they played like 24th and 25th of March, and then they played today on the first day. So Lego actually just plays like twice every 2 weeks instead of once a week, I guess. Fair enough. As long as it works. At least so far it has more than it hasn't. But I guess that's to be decided here. Very much so as we go live with map number 1. Gremlins in blue. Rep in Russia and Lego rep in Denmark. See how this goes. Back on last week's map, Granary it is. Hi Tops. What up? Just catching the start of the game. Big bomb in Pluxa. That will get Dr. Phil right away. That's a great start. Turret incredibly weak. That's not how the landing thing works. Just deals more damage than he would have otherwise. And dies. Well, that's the only kill that Lego gets, however, so that's actually pretty good, all things considered. Sano tries to go deep, maybe a bit too much so as well. Fights of more than they can chew right now. Zoom left to cap as Utka and the soldier try to do some damage up in the front lines here. Will just about catch Potato. The rest of Lego falling back into the indoors area of second. That will stay calm for now at least. Lego manages to get the combo back out alive, but look at this, the Russians already peeking. I don't think we're gonna see a long stalemate here whatsoever. Yep, that is using it right across the point. Will takes the Uber on the other side here as well. And a slightly better move for Lego will force people back. Find Turek as well on the flank. How did he misspell this? How could I make it any more obvious what team switch on the bet? Well, you're a Denmark fan now, I guess. They actually really aggressive through Z, filled, keeping Shutter alive as well. And that's enough. People force back, no Sano. Means Gremlins will be very willingly giving this one up. Just right for top type. Unlucky. And Nenga wants to actually keep this going all the way in Plaha with a high bomb once again, and much like on mid, that just completely storms the medic. Big jump for Plaha, they find crizzl as well in the meantime here, trying to get back in. Everyone's still like all around the point, but the Russians winning every single fight here. Zoom goes down, so far is the only casualty. One bomb on the medic however is all it takes, then won't quite get Sano there. Neither pipe nor melee attack was enough to kill this man. And yeah, I mean, Lego had a nice idea there with the refight, but Russians, the Empower, will come through, win this fight, and get them from it to second as well before the spawns can have any say about it. With all the heals at least, they have to give it up pretty quickly. They're already very eventful generate for the first 3 minutes. The match is just yet getting started here, and the Gremlins is of the same idea here. Well, they gave up second, they won't leave it entirely. Some spam still coming through. But they are also probably very much realizing that they're on this ad here, and you gotta be careful about that as well. So this is where after a little bit of a exciting start, we will have things slow down a little bit here. Well, so you'd think helberg doesn't want things to slow down, and that's a bit of a problem here, because man just gets stuck in Shutter, dies pretty quickly. They push over the point for the Russians as well. Ooh, they find a weak Zen, want to get the kill. Flash comes through to save the guy, but ooh, Madmak gets struggled so high, can't get out as well. Utka tries to stay and help the situation here. Everyone's turned around for that reason. But while Sano tries to save the day, it really only gets crizzl and maybe Phil in the end. But Lego still has everything under control here just fine. Then dodges the pipes as well. They lose F2 in the meantime, though Turek flanks around. At least there's quick thinking by the Russians to make up for all this. But they really got, unfortunately, stuck there on the way back through Lunchbox. Comes down to a little bit of DM now, unfortunately. Potato doesn't have the health to live all this. Zoom on 29 will win this fight. No pack in Lunchbox anymore, though. Will have to leave empty-handed and won't actually leave at all. helberg finds the man on the way back out. They want to be quick on both sides here. Looks like Lego might just get the better end of the fight because they're just completely stuck out of the garage. Can't get back through. Utka Sano down already. That's 2 picks into mid. I doubt Lego's not going to take their chance here. Like, look at this. Still leading the charge here. I think the match is taking the high ground slowly but surely, but abandon that idea pretty quickly. We just want to get in here before Gremlins can get any second thoughts about this with spawns, and that seems to be all they need. Ooh, here comes the pushback in though, immediately just leading the charge. Utka all the way deep. Turek with some great damage as well. They're getting everyone wrapped up already. Good. Phil just stomps the medic at the tail end of the Eva as well. A really nice bump here, but it's just a saving grace for a bit of a disaster at the end. Potato gives them a quick kill on himself, and that's the end of this fight. I mean, that's just the price you pay if you want to have this cap him so desperately, right? You all just bunch up on the point, and that's just really, really forward position, all things considered, for Gremlins to take advantage of. And as much as the Madmak death hurts, they're getting this far. Fortunately, not any further, and even more unfortunately, actually not this far at all. Have to give up second once again. Second time we've seen this now. They're getting the cap, but just don't have the numbers nor the heals to really sustain this positioning all the way forward on second, so they fall back once again. Neko takes back pretty quickly. Very happily probably as well, not having to sit on last right now just yet. Ooh, everyone's going lunchbox because everyone wants these kills. crizzl gets 2. But with Zen going down forward as well, this is not quite as worth it maybe. Only projectile class now is Dr. Phil right now on red. Like, sure of the point being in their control here. Won't fall apart just yet, but they do find helberg actually. Quick fight by Sano will take out that guy. It's only one kill, but it might just be a crucial one. Sano tries to pressure point a little bit in the face of Dr. Phil while they're trying to rotate through lunchbox, but crizzl finds them first. That's 2 down on Lego, but it's a false out very early out of Madmak. And I'm concerned about someone going behind, but the only one that was up top was Utka just dropping down right in front of Potato. That's the kill right there. They pop through already. Tried to catch them on the way out here. The only one they find, however, is the bomb coming through by Plaha, and then there's Turek in the backlines. Really good bomb by the 2 soldiers here to get the medic F2 down. They're still down 2 themselves here. They gotta be careful as well, but as long as they can make sure the med lives, this will be really, really good for the Russians. Looks like they just about keep themselves alive on the second point to cap this thing up with as well now. And this will get greatly rewarded. Huge add into last. And for the first time in 8 minutes on this map, we're actually going to a last point proper. Doubt for very long though. Gremlins have back the trap. Zoom gets caught by a soldier and a sniper. Very unlucky. helberg got the kill they were looking for on the sniper class. The gun goes down as well. Cap time would do them some good right now, but they're 2 hellbent on kills at the moment, and they're not really coming anymore. Everyone's kind of weak on Lego, but all they get is helberg at the very end of this, and Phil is just hitting these pipes like it's no one's business. Plaha down as well at the end. Madmak can just run back, connect with the sniper. That won't help the situation immediately here, but given that the fight was a fat L for the Russians here, might actually help the situation on second here, because there's just the Mad walking out of the shutter door, right into the sideline. Dr. Phil following suit as well. And Zen tries to go at the end of this one, tries to help the situation any way possible, but certainly didn't help at all in the end. Just goes down for not much of a reward. Turek got taken down, I guess. That won't change much, because the Russians just have all space forward into last already. I'm trying to take some pot shots into last. helberg picked up the rifle as well now. Sniper v sniper. Headshots ringing through, but they're not killing anyone. Then Zoom so hellbent trying to get helberg in the sniper v sniper. Doesn't see Dr. Phil at all. Sniper down here. I'd not be surprised if we see some more sniping. Actually, well, never mind. They have huge ad. I didn't realize. Yeah, Madmak never went down earlier, so they have this Uber advantage still. They're gonna take their chance. The helberg just walking in circles, hoping that they're as confused as he is. Not so gonna work quite yet, though. Still get Utka at the end. Madmak left alone as well here. Potato with a clean shot on the medic. Beefs most of them, though. It's just a fight. 3v3. Turek starts a cap time here while everyone's pushed back, and that's just about doing it. Phil's damage doesn't quite get the kill, nor juggle off the soldier off the point. Second try is the charm. That'll do it. Gremlins with the lead 10 minutes into map number 1. Great game so far. A lot more game left to go here. I've seen a lot of people with the atomizer recently actually on Scout. Kinda interesting. Makes it a lot harder for your team to have good building in like weird circumstances, I guess. But by no means impossible. Plaha doesn't like the bomb this time around. Tries to get out again, but can't get out at all. It's a trade in the end with crizzl going down as well. Here Turek up high, tries to get some good damage. Will get some decent one as well. But it's really Zen doing all damage in return on the other side, while this soldier's not doing much for Gremlins in the end. Utka stuck as well all the way in garage. No way out. Zoom flying all across and can't even get the pack in time. Bomb's just not good enough. They didn't believe at all. I don't know, I feel like if you're this far, you might as well just go for it all, but Gremlins hope to live in the end and won't get either damage nor stay alive at the end. Bit of an unfortunate end to the mid-fight here for the Russians, and a costly end as well. They do have the Met out alive, but they don't have Uber just quite yet. helberg gets caught pretty early. Lots of damage towards point as well, but Phil's stickies deal even more. Madmak doesn't quite have yet. And that might just be a disaster here, because they can just juggle them off as the cap goes through, even with the Uber coming up. Really nice damage on a point. to get all this going here. And there you go, LEGO with a very quick response. First round took 10 minutes, this one didn't even take 2. Just to show how one mistake on mid can be very, very costly very, very quickly. Nice to see LEGO believe in the small advantage here as well. I mean, if they don't use at that point, they certainly didn't have yet either, so just gotta keep going for it, I guess. This time around, Plaha seems to believe in it a little more this time around, but gets caught by both scouts. Picked apart completely here. Pipe in the end for Sano will pick up Phil and helberg. Potato, however, finds their way to the medic. They're just pushing through anyway on LEGO. They don't care. They just fight through all of that, despite the soldiers and the Devilman specifically doing great damage there. They didn't stop pressing W at all. And that's a full wipe on Gremlins. Well, if this is what LEGO looks like fully warmed up, then might be a few scary minutes ahead for the Russians here. They gotta find some answers now. Starting with on last, if they don't want to go down as well. Hyper up, Entry up. Do what they can, but do as they may. The advantage is still here. That won't change until this push comes all the way into last. Let's see if it's enough. Very hesitantly try to take position for the right side here. Everyone slowly but surely trickling into position. They're so slow about this, actually. Looks like they don't really want to use through, but there's so much damage coming their way. They will have to in the end. Phil goes deep, gets the gun quite quickly. Plaha goes down as well. Turek really weak, sniped by Phil with the sticks, but they're losing 3 immediately as he fades. 1 point time so early, but there's all the damage still to go around by the Russians. And they're just eating them alive. No chance out for anyone. And it just goes to show LEGO might have taken too much time there. Gremlins, with Uber in hand, was very confident to push back in on this. For good reason. If they had to use, they could have done all this with invincibility, but they didn't even need that at all. And it's just a huge momentum swing now in the Russians' favor. You love to see them being careful about forward spawn snipers. Won't matter, but it's always good to see. Just in case here. Bill's stat doesn't catch anyone. Sticks have been taken care of. We're taking it through far side yard for now. On the Russian side here. All the way in deep onto second. Uber's even still not there yet for F2. And it won't be up at all for Madmak anymore. Actually, Phil had another trap ready after the first one. Didn't do anything on... Yeah, this one will certainly just find success immediately. Full on drop onto Madmak. Oh, what a disaster for the Russians here. Lose 2 more at the end of that. Maybe a third one following through as well. Sano really weak on the flank. Will be forced back at least. Turek actually want to die. Tries to get onto F2. Zoom just has to see them happily have the Uber still. And actually, tunnel vision so hard doesn't find crizzl as well, who might go down for the troubles here, but... Oh no, Utka seized. Riding on the wall here, if you go in for this kill, you will die as well. No one wants to see that happen just yet. They have the spawns arguably here. Soul push-up takes a while for LEGO. Most Russian spawns are here, but at best they could try to go in for a force maybe. They'd rather do that on their own terms a little bit more here on second maybe. Top down trap. Could be awkward. Bill might have spotted it just now there. Yeah, well, maybe actually. That on something, I think. Ooh. However, it's just wild exchanges on the flank here. Everyone's going in. Everyone's going down. Helberg crizzl down in exchange for Plaha. Sniper has the last laugh, in forward spawn. Captain gets started as they awkwardly wrap around behind you, but try to not let them get back to the second point at all. However, that cut off as well. Zoom behind them from forwards back to last. Spawns back behind him. Potato F2 stuck already. Filled with nowhere ready to go. Tries to get the pack. Won't take it at all in time there. Someone's still in drop down. That's Zen just vibing. It was a funny little idea for LEGO, but it won't work at all in the end.
Alert. Our control point is being captured.
Zen has some cap time here to work on at least, but still a long time before that's enough here. They come in for the block at least, but Zen has some work to do and actually wins the fight against Plaha. They need some more block time here though. Phil goes in for some damage. Can barely touch the point in time, but it's just enough before he dies. And look at the spawn time on Utka and Plaha. Zen just puts himself on point. And that's it. Lego will get around. That was just barely good enough. Like, I genuinely want, like, a frame count of how close that was, because that was, like, barely enough by Dr. Phil. Man didn't even get to touch the point at all. He just stood on people's heads, and that was good enough to do it. Div1, Lego finally in the lead. Barely so as well. Alright, another mid-fight. Let's see how this one goes here. Big 5%. I don't even know he wanted to hit that guy. He just did. Happened to jump into it, but his soldier certainly won these kills as well. And that's 3-4 down as well. Zen completely stuck here with nowhere to go. And Zev2 just gets chuckled all the way in. Right back for another pipe by Sano. No mercy at all here. They're one round down and they're not happy about it at all. They're not even letting them build a gun at all. They had to get some more time at least, but that will barely be level 2 maybe by the time they come in. A quick snipe. Not good enough though, crizzl with only 150. But this is the chance they're looking for. They know there's a sniper, they know there's not much of a gun at least. If they're quick about this. Big damage by Zen already. Won't find the kill, but Plaha is at least out of commission for a little while here. Either way, this goes to point right away. They just want captain. We want two people forced onto the point here, deal some damage on them as the bomb comes through late. And that is exactly what they needed here. The soldiers couldn't be part of this early, so they just give them the time to come back in once people are ready to be bombed. And there you go. Gremlins tie this back up. 7.5 minutes left to go. God, the games tonight are actually just really good, wow. Very happy with this. A super high bomb there by the soldiers. One in more directly, the other one up high. But Madmak just sits this one out, and the bombs can't really do much in the end. Find some damage, at least a kill between the two of them. Sano and both Turek as well go down. He Plaha caught at the end, but it's 3 down each. And this just comes down to pure DM right now. Potato wants to take this all the way to Zoom. Wins this fight here. Really weak afterwards. Will just about take the pack. While Phil gives him the time to fall back for that.
The control point is being contested.
That's the end of it. Just barely a mid-win for Lego here. That came like entirely down to this last DM fight here between the two scouts. Potato takes it home for Denmark. But it says there's still 10 minutes left to go for the map to go to Denmark, and for that they need a round first. And from this mid-win on, they still have some work to do for that to happen. Even Uber stalemate mid to second. Utka tests his luck. At least a little bit there. This is where things slow down. 2/3 through the map. A little bit of a breather for both teams for a moment here, but not too much, so they want to get things going. Turek, very much so in fact, tries to force his way through into mid. Can't get much in the end. crizzl wants to kill so badly though, actually overextends himself in the end. And Turek finds one more. Phil not far back enough to lift this one, and they even find Potato as well. Really bad positioning all across garage there for Lego. 3 quick kills to the Russians here. Helberg actually goes down as well, not with the medic at all. We need to be careful not to die here as well, but at least there's soldiers to fall back to now. But this gave up mid, this gave up all of yard, and it might just compromise most of second as well here. People in forwards can't do much. At this point, they might just need this exchange here. The Russians look keen to take it as well, but not if they're weak at the start of it. Gotta respect a quick check onto forward spawn as well. You know, just in case there's someone waiting, right? What if there's a funny soldier in there just waiting like 2 minutes? Just to drop out at random. Out of aggression towards Shutter here. Everyone gets order back up immediately. Crizzl exchange for Turek. Suddenly everyone falls back immediately once they lost one. And he wants to play for the Russians. They still have one kill to go off here. They, like, it always looks like they want to exchange immediately, but they never actually do just yet. Rush off from the flank as well, doesn't get through as well. And it's Lego in the end, using first here. Quite a bit so as well. Have 20% worse Uber. Earlier Uber, I should say. Might be worse, who knows. Now, yo, this goes Plaha gets in as well. They're forced back already quite a bit at least, but not out quite yet. Then spawns immediately goes down again, and that might just be it actually. Slightly worse Uber will matter enough to force them back here. That's the point to the Russians. And they actually just go straight on the last point as well. I wasn't even ready to say anything about that. I expected Lego to have more time to react, but nope, they didn't at all. They're just capping it right in front of their faces. What's cracking this game is. This has been a great game so far. The Russians back in the lead. 3-2 in the favor of the Gremlins. Less than 7 minutes left to go around as well. Big damage by Sano, but gets bombed as well. He goes down first of all, actually. Crizzl down in return. High bomb by Turek. Huge damage on the combo. Has nothing loaded, but needs little more than one to do all the rest of the work here. And that's a full wipe to the side of Gremlins. Real good mid-fight for the Russians, and it wasn't bad enough to be on disadvantage here already. Scoreline-wise, getting 2 down as well at this point. Might be just too much with this little time left for Lego. Mind you, they got like a minute, like 40 round earlier, or something like that. Great jump for Sano. But those don't come easy. Can put up a sniper watching as well, hoping to catch out something early here, but Uber comes out immediately here, so it won't be the combo. There's an exchange with Turek as well, but look at the damage. Phil just finds the pipes onto Sano. Heavy, despite the gun being down, being basically a second one on the high ground as well. They're not going to get past this at all. Plaha tries to no avail to shoot something down there, and that's going to be the end of it very quickly. Very disappointing last push for the Gremlins. And they go have 5 minutes to get something on the board here to at least bring this to a golden cap. Get any amount of points for this map. If not, still a win at the end of the day. Won't be easy. A little bit more mileage they can get out of this advantage at least. Gotta be quick about it, and they're really not right now. I mean, it's fair enough that they're careful. You don't want to squander the last few minutes of the game here, but they better be finding things for it as well. And so far, they didn't see Turek at all. The high bomb comes through, but he beefs the rocket so much. Has time to find one more good one. They will use that, but not on anyone in particular. Dr. Phil and Zen both go down. Just completely not on the beam here. I mean, we saw how far back F2 was in all of this. Crizzl back into the fight, tries to be saving this, but it's only damage classes, won't find the medic. It's a full wipe in the end. Really weird situation for Lego there on mid. Only 4 minutes left. Lego in a dire position here. And it's the Russians with the advantage here as well, mind you, so they could even make this worse right now and put Lego on a 2-round deficit if this one works. Maybe the last push stinks a little bit here, but they know exactly what to change maybe, and there's no heavy this time at least. At least not yet. F2 has no heavy to heal. He has to heal everyone else at least. As much as it's possible on the high ground here. Big rockets by Crizzl. Will not find the last one. Won't need to either. Utka falls to his death regardless of that. Send taken down in return. But they didn't get any space with this. Here comes the counter jump. Madmak Might get a funny arrow there, but it takes Zoom to get the kill in the end once the mat's already down. No heals on the Russian side, just Lego having to find the cleanup here. But they're just getting scouted and Sicky's on the point. Sano's hitting back, tries to clean up one by one, but won't have this time. Lego with some faster kills here, and Potato with a suicide on the Boston Basher.
Alert. Our control point is being captured.
I mean, it would have been a funny kill at least, but I think this is funnier.
Control point.
Zoom on Spy as well? Already, like... Well, I mean, you don't really have to go all this far behind if they just push past you anyway. I bomb through as well. Huge damage. Gets Zen, gets Phil. F2 uses, but again, onto nobody at all. Well, at least the Spy does nothing as well. 2 down each. I mean, it could be worse for Lego. Still have Plaha to worry about. And in fact, I think all of the Russians try to push back in here. Bomb not really on target just yet for Plaha as well. Tries to get out of there at least, but looks like Potato will find the cleanup anyway. They don't even have yet as well on the Russian side. Very weird push to go for already here. After all, they just have to play this safe for 2.5 more minutes and they have the map under wraps. Helberg, on the other hand, a lot more justified trying to be overly aggressive right now. They have to get something going here, and getting the U out of the equation just like this is what they're looking for. And this surf by F2 is huge. Gets the bat out. Maybe not so much the demo man, but they already have Sano down as well in return. Might just be all they need here. crizzl still on mid. Finds Turk as well. Both scouts try to come in clean up. Have 2 scouts to worry about as well, though. All the arrows being hit by both medics as well. Then just with a bunch of needles in his face. Yeah, here come the spawns as well. Still just as much as Sano. He was ready though for the red team. They're trying to chase through aggressively. Plaha behind them. Up in front in the lunchbox. Oh, garage area, sorry. On the high ground. Tries to drop down. Won't do much. Not a very, like, exciting Uber, which is actually a problem right now for Lego. They gotta get something going here. They want to bring this to Golden Cap. Good news for Gremlins, however. This Uber doesn't do a ton. However, that doesn't stop Lego just yet. They want to keep on going. Trade one more kill out for a soldier. Which is good enough to scare the Gremlins away from second as well. And they suddenly had conceded all this ground they had back to last for the last minute here. It is even Uber on January last. This is not easy at all. But it gives Lego one last fighting chance on this map. Heavy up as well, gun up as well. They know exactly they just need to make this difficult. Even if they somehow beat this fight, it just has to waste another 45 seconds here to bring this home. Everyone's taking so much spam as well before they in. Phil doesn't even get the flashy in the end. Has to sit this one out. They want to make this an exchange at the very least right now. Have a post-Uber fight that's worth a damn, but they can't get past this heavy to the medic. Barely any captain as well. Helberg will die for it too. And that might just be curtains as well. Madmak will actually use in the end. But they have to make this repush with 5 people here. Snipes come through already. Zen incredibly weak. Heavy finds some damage as well. That's the cleanup by Turk at the end. Points not exactly too inviting just now either. They have weak players all around, but so little time left. crizzl with the bomb onto point. Finds some good damage there. F2 goes down, forcing Madmak back, but they're just standing on the cap. And that is good enough. Gremlins just about will win this before the golden cap strikes in. 3-2 in map score. 3 points on the ETF2L board. For the Russians. Hard fought 4 points for them, but well earned in the end. Alrighty, up next, Gully Wash. This is technically a week 3 game after all. If you bet on Gremlins, you will get your points right now. And I will set up bet for map number 2 with how close it's been. It's gonna be exciting. Map 2. That's as before. Alrighty. Let me just set up the camera angle for the map here. We head into Gully Wash, and then there we go. You see the commands again if you didn't see them in the chat. There they are. Question mark bet, and then either DIN or RUS or Lego or Gremlins respectively. In the meantime, I will take a look what's up tomorrow, maybe. Let's see. TSM against Kritzberg. Oh, good that sounds actually. Police got Oracle. Bins against Gucci flip-flops. A part of me really wants to watch Dutchies against the Spanish team, to be honest. But the Dutchies keep having the dumbest game times of all time. Who the fuck plays at 2045? Ooh, actually, it's Pooper Scoopers against late bloomers as well. I think I want to watch that instead. Never mind. Anything at 8. The only game at 8 is Police Code Oracle. Guess I could watch that. I feel like it, I guess. But there was another game early today as well that already finished. Red Girls lost to Titanic Black. 1-6-0-3. Very convincing win for the Polish team as well. Good for them. One. The Russians did 3-2. Was a very close game. Let me actually put that on the scoreboard here as well. Thing that I forget every time. Oops. There you go. A very close map 1, Russians just about took it. Any other results in for tonight? There wasn't many more games. In fact, only one more that I haven't seen. Which was Germans against Ramet's team. Hasn't been submitted yet, if it finished at all. Which you'd think it does if it starts. Wait, when did it start? Oh no, that started 2040. It might actually be done already. Let's see. Ramet. Gully Wash. Product. Oh, there was a golden cap on Gully too, actually, for Ramet's team. So it went 4-4 against the Germans on Gully. And then a 10-minute Gully golden cap. To take it for the Germans. And then swift 3-0 for Ramet's team on Product. Actually, a fair, well, it's kind of quick, I guess. 5-minute round, 6:25, 6:56. I guess the last 2 rounds were actually fairly long. The first one was just a complete roll. Fairly confident win anyway. By the looks of this. Much as this is worth anything. Interesting. That puts the Germans in a very good position still, despite losing out on any points map 2. But does it put people in mid, actually? It puts Ramet's team at... That's a 4 to win, right? So they get 14. God, Ramet's team keep having, like, dumb scorelines, actually. I think 1 clean win and then, like, a really bad loss and, like, a 4-2 as well. So they're at 14, and the Germans are at 12 after this. Interesting. Alright. Well, bets are still open for a little bit here, but the game might start very soon already. You have about 5 more minutes. Exclamation mark bet DAN for Lego. Exclamation mark bet RUS for Gremlins. You want to put your fictional money where your real mouth is. Gremlins just about taking the first map, but it was a very close fight all the way through. See how Gullywash goes. Map number 2 now. F2 down immediately to Turek. We didn't even get a good shot of that, but that is just fucking dead already. Unlucky. And that's just basically a full wipe here, yeah? Well, there you go. If you needed some convincing to do bad for this, might do it. It's only the first mid fight, but it's a really good one. Going inside of Gremlins, one casualty. It's a soldier that killed the medic as well.
The control point is being captured. We have captured the control point.
Well, he has to push in deep with the Uber. It's only level 1 gun. Zen goes down as well on soldier already. There has still behind the point. The rotation could just get through here, but the pipes make it a short-lived rotation anyway. Helberg down immediately, and this is just getting forced to point. The heavy late is a roadblock, but matters very little when Sano doesn't even have to look at point to dead on people, and there you go. Very quick start to all this. 06s? What do you mean 06s? The 6s. What else would I be watching and actually like pay attention to? Alright, very quick start to the game here, but that's been the case last map as well, mind you. Not quite indicative of how the game went overall here. Lego now going into the next mid fight, losing F2 again. Turek just jumps up from low ground. This time Pluxa has backup to pick apart the combo here, and as much as they may try, they won't quite get Madmak. Maybe all the solo queuing on Facebook worked out for Sano in the end. Who knows? But that is an incredible start for the Russians already.
The control point is being captured.
Yes, so much more time left to be played here, if it even comes to that at this rate. The gun and the sniper are the roadblock this time, but see if that's enough. Why am I on Sano cam? Like stuck. There we go. No, we're back to Sano cam, never mind. I'm sure it'll be fixed in a moment. Yep, okay, it works. Nice. They're just taking the straight through main as well. Sano leading the charge, I guess, straight back to Sano cam here, because that's where the action happens right now. Takes down the gun and then dies immediately. Same with Zoom, goes down right away, but they have capped him. Helberg there to block it for a little bit here as well. crizzl as well, and that's good enough for now as well. Soldier might actually cut off Turek on the back end of this. Okay. No, that's not quite how it works. All I do usually, if I just wanted to have like random dude camera angles, tend to go to the demo man. That's probably where the combo is, right? I'm trying to snipe. Much too late to block the cap of this. Hope to maybe catch the medic, I would imagine. Won't quite happen here. Granted, in the 6s I do a lot more manual cam as well. Because it's a lot more manageable to do it. Bomb through by Zen. Had so much damage, but the force will have to come through to actually do anything with this in the end. That is one rocket to kill Pluxa in the end, but that's all they're gonna get as well. crizzl tries to get the cap here. Zoom still sniping, and the repush through choke as well. Sano Utka leading this from 40. Utka has, however, no health at all to do any of this, and Sano as well just completely picked apart. They hoped to just wrap around them, but they were all still in front of them in choke. And that's just the Russians getting completely taken out here. Body block and air shot coming through at the same time. Turek stood no chance. Lego finding their way back into this game here. Been a shaky first 5 minutes, but it's looking better and better as time goes on here. Don't even have Uber still. They denied this play into mid on disadvantage here, but the Russians didn't have yet either, so it didn't matter. Just, yeah, the chase comes through here. Russians see them close. They want these kills, but they won't get any other than Dr. Phil in the end. Zoom finds one. That's all they're gonna get. And now it gets problematic for Gremlins, because it's big advantage to F2 here. Sure, they were able to keep the man dead for quite a while this game so far, but that might change now. Peeking forward, he eats all the spam at the same time. Zen and crizzl combine for a quick kill on the scout. Not really afford to lose much more here. So back to lobby it is. Not even close to force anymore. Obviously Lego still has to play around the potential here. And there is one coming in high late here. Tries to get in through to choke. Gets a decent juggle actually to get any closer. But it will not be anyone else but Helberg, which, while unfortunate for LEGO, very affordable. More so than the medic at least. However, this does waste a lot of time, and crizzl actually gets baited into a bad fight as well. Takes a 2v1 with Turk and Zoom. And if the Russians already in Uber and player ad as well, they might actually fight this one back. But it looks like they want to Turk already in, doesn't fully commit in the end, but might just want to open this up for the rest of the team here. Zoom as well with Sano through Shutter. They're peeking and peeking, but they don't see anything to really push on. And they certainly don't want to be the first team to pop here either. But they don't take their chances here just yet. Alrighty. Turret goes down in lobby. That's a start for LEGO. Still heavy in the back and for Uber, mind you, as well. That doesn't mean they won't try though. Still going point, and as we've seen before, point play on Gully. Pretty important. We're trying to get some sticks as well to help out with this, but it also signifies this play right away. You gotta be aware of it, and Turek actually finds the guy very early. They just pop through from up front as well though. They make it look like they want to play from the back, but it's just a play right on point with the Uber, and that's just gonna be it. They just actually pop onto point and cap it out in front of their faces. Unlucky. There you go. Round for LEGO. Tied right back up here. Right, into the next mid-fight. LEGO so far had no good mid-fights here. Had troubles with the soldiers quite a bit. Fight still going the Russian soldiers way for now. Pluxa get one, Utka getting Zen as well. They're not left standing with much at all here. Scout's incredibly weak as well. Quick cleanup for Utka. Gets the third kill this mid-fight. He might get one more on to Phil. F2 doesn't give him the pleasure on the 5k. But it's a win for Gremlins all the way through here. LEGO really struggling on these mid-fights. Gremlins not wasting any time at all to get into last. Then will certainly regret leaving the door, but just about gets through far enough back into last, into spawn to Banny Bind. Still dies anyway, never mind. However, this has the unfortunate consequence that as much as they're fighting here, the cap time is very slow. Zoom is just vibing out here while they're having to force the Uber through as well, but they're getting the kills. Might just do it in the heavy eating up all the damage here. Will still go down in the end, but it's only 2. One spawn comes through, but Utka finds the way to point, and that will just about do it before Zen can put a stop to it. Very quick conversion for Gremlins. LEGO really needs to step up their mid-fights here. Gremlins has such an easy time to convert these from mid to last. Just of these complete disasters on the mid-fights. 21 minutes left. Gremlins back in the lead. LEGO's shown they can do this, but they need a better start to this all. Crizzl tries to wrap around all the way through. Baits the medic, gets with the demo man as well. Can't get the kill. Sano will live. Zen as well completely caught. And that is just where the bombs reign supreme once again for the Russian team. The scouts clean up a little bit better than before, but it's not enough in the end. Madmak takes like 40 damage at best to Potato, and helberg tries to get out, but the long way around that is catching him on the way through the big door. That's the end of it as well here.
Our control point is being captured.
And these mid-fights not looking up at all for LEGO. They've defended one of these before at least. This whole game has just been like back-to-back full Uber pushes into last. LEGO somehow defended one of them, which was enough to take a round, but if that's LEGO at their best on this map, then I don't know what LEGO is at worst here, and maybe Gremlins doesn't even give us the time to find out. Because they're straight for a point here. Utka gets down as well. helberg tries to fight back, but gets caught for it immediately. They still have people under. Well, the heavy is denying positioning, and As you can see, no one really has good positioning here at all for the Russian side. In the slightest, Potato actually just farms while we were watching soldiers miss air shots. Potato just kills everything. They just go in one by one. And that's not how you do it. Lego catching a break again. And, you know, you just joined. Last time this happened, they got around for it fairly quickly. However, a lot more contention on second this time. Last time it was a failed sniper attempt, but this time the bombs come through, but they get him down to 40 and can't find the last rocket. Both soldiers going down for it. Pip. Oh, he wanted that second one, but I had a sticky ready anyway? Where was that sticky? Why is Sano's brain actually bigger than the size of Denmark? Well, Phil down doesn't deter them just yet. It's just then through choke trying to take the fight here on the solo Uber into the backlines maybe, but with helberg down already, if Zen really needs to lift this, and with F2 caught as well, it doesn't even matter if Zen lifts this or not, because the Russians just have no reason to stop you at all. They can just ignore him if they need to, but 3 kill onto Zen. This makes it even better. Crizzl caught on the mid, nowhere to go for Potato as well, and that's just a complete disaster. Huge damage for the Russians all around. Gremlins will get mid already, plucking themselves onto second, and everybody voicely realizes they probably shouldn't go through the stores. Zen will dare a little bit, but everyone falls back in the end as well. The catch shot is only 150. When will they ever learn? Well, that was a bit of a car crash on mid, and Gremlin's more than happy take it back to last again, get a second shot at it this round. Once again with good advantage too. There's time to put up at least something of a gun here. We're not in the greatest positioning as well, but they have a sniper to help out with this as well, as the push comes in through a river right over the point. Wants to get to Dr. Phil. Man lived too long last time. They want to remedy this time around immediately here. Get the kill right away. Potato on heavy. This time around focused down a lot better. It's just helberg left alive, and that won't stop the cap at all. Gremlins goes up 3-1. They're looking poised to take this in less than 17 minutes at this rate if they could keep this going here. Might not have been the best conversion rate to last so far, but they keep getting chances so easily. See how it goes on midfight number 5 now. Turek stopped before too much of anything can happen in backlines at least. Tried to go drop down, couldn't get much going here. Bomb over the point by Zen. Dr. Phil with some damage as well. Pipes are sticking, and Zen's also living all this. And the last bomb by Plaha just comes in much too late to be the saving grace here. That was still not that easy for Lego, despite the good results. They got lucky that Zen didn't get caught by anything. Phil had to hit literally everything there as well, and luckily they caught Turek as well, but they made it all work in the end. Speaking of Turek, man's the first to die, so he's the first to spawn, tries to be somewhere, I guess. Just goes all the way behind. That's the time to do so, arguably. It's an even Uber situation. So surely Lego won't push immediately, right? With all the damage on them, they might just pop any moment. In fact, they will! Somehow F2 just eats every bit of damage coming their way into lobby. They're forced to take this into last. Sano actually gets dropped as well, which might be of some help here, but in the end it's just a big meat grinder in the lobby area as well. Crizzl can't be the saving grace here at all. F2 with no health at all has to go back to mid, tries to hide as well. Utka might have spotted him. Maybe? No, Utka is just completely unaware. And F2's hiding will work for now, but problem is they have no position right now on mid, and there's no reason for Gremlins not to come in here, right? They know there might be spawns, but these spawns shouldn't have position at all, so that might still work for them here. In fact, actually, Lego escapes just about. Phil gets the kill, won't leave with this in the end either. But it gives them a chance on Lego to fight back. He gets Turek down as well. Sano over point might be healthy for a little bit here, but with all this damage coming through already, they gotta be careful not to all get deleted here by these scouts and just about get out. Madmak on no health at all. Back through choke. That was a close call here. Honest to God, thought that might be better for Gremlins, but Lego just about made it work. Uber ready now though. F2 doesn't have just yet. Let's see if the Lego side of things was aware of this. Looks like they are in fact careful about it for the most part. Zen gets caught as well. at the end, but that will still work. He all the backup to make sure the scout lives there as well. You love to see it. No one's getting close to that man at all. But reality of the matter is, LEGO still has advantage. Zen spawns any second as well. They could afford to wait for him if they really wanted to. But it looks like they're keen to take the fight right away. crizzl on the flank as well, with Scout in backup on top of that. Anyone seeing the soldier hiding there? Okay, they did. That was Turek. Gets spotted early enough. The Uber still comes through all the way into second, actually, before it fades. Only 2 down right now, but that might not be a problem here, because they find 2 right away. Pluxa, Utka down. Gremlins falling back last. LEGO making the most of this chance that they could. Gets them all the way to second. But you wouldn't expect to push out all too quickly here, but spawns up. Uber advantage to see as well. It's not tremendous. But maybe they just dare big for no reason. On a lead like this, that's kind of surprising if it were to happen, but... We're talking about 6 Russians here, you know. But why not take a chance? When you can, Zen certainly punishes him for it immediately. helberg tries to do the same, but can't get through for the backup. Finds Turek alone in lobby as well. Will work right away here. crizzl in the back as well. They're just constantly finding their way into the backline. Zen's still there from earlier as well. And they're just getting in for the backup. And that's the second backup this match. The first one this map. Make a Shrek emote. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. I don't know. You know what I mean. What is that emote, Deli? No idea what I'm looking at. CJ's track him out. I'm just happy to have Kek France, to be honest. That's my magnum opus. Oh, LEGO bombs. Well, LEGO soldiers mostly staying back, trying to stay alive for now. Everyone took so much damage, as much as they're living. Not much of any health to go around here right now. Stuck on their own half with very low health at all. Madmak finds a snipe from 2 of 2 as well. Now everyone's just stuck on their own half with no health at all. And Madmak just completely turned this round. I mean, this was still, of course, winnable for Gremlins, but this just sped it up so much. Huge snipe by the medic.
Alert. The control point is being captured.
Another mid-win for Gremlins. Did they lose any of these? I don't think so, really. Well, no, the last one, I guess, was LEGO's kind of... Needs to push. Sano leads the charge. Jumps in deep. Utka with this as well. Sano actually can't get a flash at the end anymore as well. But this is already 3 picks. 3 for free, actually. Never mind. Might be a chance here for LEGO. Utka with the cap him as well. Tries to get them off the point as much as they can here. But as much as they may try, Potato might even get an air blast at the end. Not enough. Utka is the last man standing. Gets the kill. 4-2 lead for Gremlins. Alright, 11:30 left on the clock. LEGO 2 down once again. The big bombs once again. Turek Pla, however, going down for it pretty early. Should ended up killing Dr. Phil, but it's the only one to go down here. crizzl caught eventually, but it took Utka all his health to do that. Potato there to thankfully take the rest of it as well. Here's Zen bombs to clean up of the mess as well. Zoom goes down. It's just a demo man left and choke. Much better mid-fight for LEGO so far. And it's been in most of them. They're mostly trying to be the reactive team on these mid-fights. Mixed results for the most part, but the ones that worked looked really good at least. Even if it's been the vast minority of these mid-fights. Tries to skip past the soldier there. Can't get to the medic, hits his head on the jump. Not the one you want to see here. It will stay an even Uber stalemate. One way or another, LEGO found at least some degree of a footing in this match by now. Or this map, I should say. If we could get another round on the board, that would make things look a lot better here. Exchange, well, it's much maneuver for Gremlins, for sure. Then go deep into lobby, clean up with the fill as well. And another pipe of the potato might wrap this thing up quite nicely for them. helberg with no health, but has a lot of backup here on mid. Out of the Russians fairly slow to come back to the rescue, and it's 2 down each right now. And with this health, do they really dare go anywhere? Looks like the answer is a confident no on the side of Gremlins. They just want to stay on last now. The off classes here. Potato goes spy, actually. Interesting. It did leave spawn, just making sure. Only 10 more minutes left. Mind you, despite how close map 1 was, LEGO didn't get any points out of this. So far, still not in range to get any this map either. Body shot will do. Zoom finds a kill. They'll use Utka in return. Not a huge problem. Hit a spy, yep. And he is. Just walk straight past the soldier. Lucky to not catch a rocket there. Spy has been deployed. And they just want to get in actually with that as well. Plaha gets caught as well. Really good start to Diva. Maybe a bit of shame they're down 1 right now. Big damage for Phil. Won't get the kill though onto Turek. I mean, a funny stab now would be huge, and no one's paying attention at all. Madmak just sitting there. Potato wants to go for the cap, though. It's so much cap time, but maybe better off going for the medic. Actually, the med still goes down, but gets the pistol kill. I completely didn't realize that. But that's actually just it. Never mind. Why Vax up the med when you can force a back cap and also execute him at the same time? Absolute genius there. Get off of the Phil building away here. They have this Uber ready as soon as possible, and not going to be a lot of captain by the time they come in, but any bit helps, I suppose. Alright, LEGO needs 2, and this could be the start for the comeback, maybe, if it goes well. Early Uber then gets sent through under Plaha there to meet him halfway. Doesn't want to let him go through. Wins the fight, has no health. 50 there, scout on him already. Goes down eventually, but on the meantime, the push with the Uber just completely doesn't work. No one really keeps vision at all. Post over here, and they're just waiting for the scout to come point. Maybe a little bit cockily though, doesn't even move at the end, but it's good enough. But the rockets will land. They go for the medic, not the cap. I'm always a huge proponent of going for the med in a situation like this, and it will work for LEGO here. We'll get another chance, and that might just be all they need. 3rd time's the charm, surely, right? They can't fail this push 3 times in a row. They don't have much cap time, though, actually, going into this. Probably completely gone by the time they're actually going back in here as well. And these gremlins are just working away on last right now. To get another hold going, gun up, power up. Can be a huge problem. Certainly for LEGO, it seems to have been so far. Push gets started. It's a crit streak, actually. The gun goes down, they get the energy as well, not much more than that. Rotation back out of spawn comes in a lot easier than you might think, but there's so much cap time, they have to go point immediately, and that just turns everyone away from anyone else waiting to shoot them at the point here. And that will do it in the end. Cap time saving them from a lot of trouble here, but they just didn't get through under last time. This time around, they will get there, turn some heads, and turn things maybe around? Too early to say just yet. 6 minutes left for a round minimum. You get a golden cap. Certainly doable. Any more than that would be certainly tough for the side of LEGO here. But they'll have to try. crizzl finds Turek there in the lower area. Gets not even that much damage. In the end, Zen will have to clean up after all of that. But gets a kill to Plaha as well. That's the soldiers down for Gremlins, and they have been the huge playmakers these mid-fights so far. Zen goes down though, just jumps point. Scout over point, Utka cleans up as well. Who needs soldiers when we have scouts as well? And that's just F2 completely picked apart. No soldier, no problem. Yep, that is a scout class moment. They just walk over point and don't care at all. Alright, 5 minutes left. If Gremlins can extend the lead here, it's looking dire for LEGO. They worked hard enough to get these rounds so far. Early dead by Phil. Has to expect something to come from under. Has a soldier there as backup at least. Pyro tries to save the gun, but can't even save himself. Then goes down. Still under, goes secret instead, and that's actually maybe the answer as well. Crizzl takes care of the lower area here for the longest time, while the pipes actually land, kill Utka as well. Bomb comes through, Torek trades for the Demo Man. Not a bad kill to get, of course, but the pressure is not quite there yet onto point. Scout 1v1 also becoming a huge team fight now as the bomb comes through, but helberg just gets deleted by Pluxa and Sano. One more pipe and Sticky will clean up the rest of them. And there you have it. Clean ending to a bit of a sketchy start to the last push here for Gremlins, but focus fire all there when it was needed. 4 minutes left. LEGO needs some speedrun rounds very quickly now. Or this might be over any minute now. I want Pluxa. Doesn't even want to land close to people, just wants to land in front of a soldier to die. Never mind. That's probably not what they try to do here, but gives LEGO a fighting chance at least. Sano down as well. Zoom eats all the last bit of spam here, but will stay alive at least. Very much at least get out here in time. Who sees the Demo Man, decides, hey, I don't need to leave. You need to leave. This is my lobby area, not yours. Gets the kill to fill a bare minimum. That's gonna waste some time here. And with only 3 minutes left, add a 2-round lead. That's all they really need at this point. You just have to slow them down a little bit here. 2 quick rounds from here, certainly doable within full Uber situation on both Mediguns, however. It's gonna be a little bit harder than they might like. LEGO exchanges through either way. Don't have anything to lose at this point anymore. If they don't try something like this, they're just gonna lose anyway here. The push comes back in here. Too early for Zen to hit everyone there, but gets Pluxa at least. Not more than that though. Actually falls to the hand of Utka as well at the end. Two and a half minutes. LEGO needs a round, like, immediately. And Potato might actually just do that. So much cap time. Body doesn't even need to body block. Actually, never mind. Just waited this entire time to do this. And it wasn't even great timing. It just was about good enough. That's backup number 3 for LEGO. In this game. Second one, this map even. 2 minutes. That's enough time to do it. And if they somehow do this, then Gremlin's going to be kicking themselves. Let's see if they can prevent the worst case scenario from happening. Maybe Gremlins can still take this home with all 6 points this match. All they have to do is get a good mid-fight going. They had such good ones at the beginning, but the bombs got worse from there. It feels like F2 really weak, decides to get crizzl in the end, but there's a lot of trades in the end. F2 will go down to the hands of Pluxa in the end. Zoom taken down here at the tail end of it as well. Madmak already hella out of there though. Didn't like what they saw there on the Russian side. Got the mat out early. Will be a win for LEGO, tentatively so at least. F2 going down is a big problem. Gonna slow things down significantly, but at least they get 2 last with this. Just about 0 reason for Gremlins to try to dare to push out with this crit streak being put up as well. I mean, if there's any time for it, it's right now. You're not gonna get a good Uber out of this position, realistically. All too quickly, anyway. So, crit creek it is. Still not an advantage push, but maybe the surprise factor alone carried them here. It was okay enough last time they used it anyway. Why not try again? Here it comes, going in, gets the force out, not the kill. Madmak with the reaction time, just get some sticks going on over. crizzl goes down, then just waits for things to end here as the cap time gets started. Gets blocked very early, no pain train either, which might have lived a heavy second longer there, but barely so. Everyone getting munched near point. They fill under the point, hiding as well. Comes in late, F2. Try as he might, will not win the fight against the soldier and the heavy and under. Conch ready as well, which is like the last banner I want to see right now, to be honest. But hey, it's here, so might as well. But that's got to be it. 5-4 is the final scoreline here. 1 round difference on each map. But that's just not enough for LEGO to get a point out of this match. Heartbreaking for the Danes it might be here to not get a point, but well-earned win for Gremlins. at the very least, to take all 6. Well-deserved win on the side of the Russian team. Gonna catapult them up high in the tables. Just that bit more. I'm gonna finish the bets here as we speak as well real quick. Let me click the button. Gremlins will win. Great maps it's been tonight. Big fan. If you missed the open game earlier, you missed a hell of a game as well before this. Tomorrow, I don't know. I'll just see what's around. I'll probably end up watching Pooper Scoopers Late Bloomers because I haven't seen Pooper Scoopers yet. And that's at the top of the mid-table for what it's worth. So we're probably going to see that. Maybe I'll watch the 8 o'clock game. I don't know yet. But definitely tomorrow, 21:15, Pooper Scoopers against Late Bloomers. I think I will cover that. Yeah. Should be that. And just see if I can throw a host to somebody. You might be live. MS? Sure, let's host MS. What's which name? I don't actually know. He's gonna enjoy being hosted once. Is it MS Animator or something? Yes. Let's host him. I don't know what he's doing. But yeah, I have things to do. So I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Prem game this week is on Sunday, 21:15. That's who actually is that? Made the match page earlier. Noble Clan Aura, that actually should be a really good game. See you then.